you got to tell us how Equalizer was. Equalizer 3.
Yes, Equalizer 3. All right, so I saw 1 and 2, obviously. I don't think anybody's going to go see 3 randomly.
Right.
All right, so this one was a little weird because I felt like they tried to end with a bang,
Okay.
but not really.
But not really.
So, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. I'm going to ruin the movie.
Ruin the movie.
So, let's get to it. Let me get comfortable here. All right, so Equalizer 3, it starts off really weird. It starts off that basically Denzel has killed a mansion full of people, and we don't know why.
Okay.
In very gory fashion, which I was excited about because I like gory shit. But that's also not really how Equalizer goes. Okay, there's a lot of death in Equalizer, clearly. But it was like they tried to up how crazy the kills were.
Okay.
So like now, yeah, you might have saw somebody getting stabbed before. But now they deadass have like the knife and he's pulling out the knife, and as he's pulling out the knife, you see the bloody hole in the head, and the camera goes all the way through to show you like brains and blood and stuff. Which is interesting, but that's not really how Equalizer was. And so that was interesting.
I've seen at least the first one. I don't remember if I saw the second.
There are plenty of kills. The point is they up the gore, the shock factor, whatever you want to call it. And so that's fine. And then there's almost immediately a plot twist. He gets shot by a kid after killing massive amounts of people. In fact, we really don't see him kill most of the people. They're kind of already dead, and someone is walking through. We actually see him kill like the last 3 people who are alive. And then the lone survivor is a kid who he's like, all right, man, go ahead, just go. Like a little kid, like an 8 or 10-year-old. And the kid shoots him and almost kills him. That's how the movie starts.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, that's a super weird plot twist.
Yeah.
Like, you start the movie in a way we normally don't start these movies. Because if you see Equalizer, they normally start out where he's like this everyday guy.
Yeah.
And people don't know that he's a badass. And some incident happens where he has to reveal his badassness, if there's such a word.
His badassery.
There you go, his badassery. And then he goes on, a spree. This one was kind of the reverse, where it was like badassery to begin, and then a lot of regular guy.
Okay.
But not really. Because it was like they tried so hard to give you story that the action was there in spurts so you wouldn't fall asleep or something.
Okay.
Or so you wouldn't get up and leave the room if you were watching this on a streaming platform.
Right.
Because it wasn't the most interesting film.
Okay.
It was more of, we're going to try to give you a story and this human connection and this community vibe in this village that he ends up being in, small town he ends up being in, which is fine. I like layers, I like story, cool. But it kind of was like the action was there so it could hold your attention just enough so you would keep watching. Which was weird because that's not Equalizer. Equalizer is an action movie. It's like if you go see Fast and Furious, you don't expect a long drawn out story.
Yeah.
You expect fast cars and shooting and boom and bang and fighting.
They give you a little bit of story, then they get in the car. Then there's a little bit more story, and then they get in the car again. And
this was kind of the opposite. This was kind of like We're going to give you story, and then somebody's going to break somebody's arm. Then we're going to give you story, and then somebody's going to burn down somebody's fish market. Then we're going to give you story, and then we're going to blow up a whole major city. No. It was interesting that they did that. But the movie was not the most exciting. It really made the movie drag. And so that wasn't very fun. Notably, it was cool seeing Denzel and what's this girl's name?
Dakota Fanning.
Thank you very much. Seeing Dakota Fanning together again 20 or whatever years later, because Man on Fire was one of Denzel's greatest films. She was a small child. She wasn't this small, but she was a small child. I don't know why I did this, but she was a small child.
That's not a baby.
Chris, that's a clip.
She was not a baby.
Small child.
When did kids get that small?
Never. That's why it got to be a clip. This is like a basketball or something. I don't know what this is.
That is a preemie baby.
I don't know, but anyway,
my niece was about that size when she was born and didn't last very long.
There you go. Yeah, Dakota Fanning. Decoding. All right, I'm gonna just take a sip of coffee on that one because
Dakota Fanning.
Yeah. So she was young in Man on Fire.
Man on Fire, yes.
One of Denzel's best movies.
Great movie.
Layered emotional action, whatever.
Great movie.
And so now they're reunited. She's a young woman. In the movie, she plays a pivotal role. And there's a lot of scenes that are cool with them together. And so that was cool. I wish that this wasn't the third and final movie, quote unquote. Maybe it's not. Maybe they're going to do number 4. It doesn't seem like there's an opening for a number 4. It did seem like they kind of closed out the chapter. But the thing is, with a lot of these movies, it's easy to reopen it. Because if you look at Equalizer 1 and Equalizer 2, none of them seem like there's unfinished business and he has to go do this other thing. Like a lot of the movies that are a series, there's unfinished business. Like if you go watch John Wick, which I guess is kind of similar, he's on the run. Or he's chasing Dash now. Or, now that he killed Dash, we know JD is coming for him. Or, he killed Chris the intern. JD and Dash are coming for him. That's not usually what happens in Equalizer, so maybe there will be a 4. If this is the last one, I feel like it wasn't a great closing.
Okay.
To be clear, the movie didn't suck. It was probably a 6.5. Okay. But that's not amazing.
That's not saying much.
Yeah, it's not amazing. It was cool. But you probably shouldn't take a day off of work and go to see Equalizer like I did. I didn't take a day off for Equalizer, but I figured since I called out today, I'm going to go see Equalizer right now. Probably don't need to do that. Probably could wait till it's on one of the streaming sites. Probably be on Stars like the other 2 are. But it was cool. I mean, if you're a fan of the series, you might be a little let down. If you just want to see an action movie, it's cool. This was like... It also felt like the end because this is kind of like... How I explain? This Equalizer was like Denzel's actually an old guy now.
Okay, I get it.
He still got it.
Right, but
because he's putting it on people. Like, he's fucking niggas up.
Time has passed.
But it's like, he don't move the same unless he really needs to. Now they kind of focused on more like, all right, yeah, but my back is kind of fucked up. Like, which was interesting too because you see him healing from a near-death experience, and the way they did it was cool. But then at the same time, he's still like killing all the best bad guys with no struggle almost. It was kind of weird, but whatever. I thought it was cool. I don't think it's the best Equalizer. What it honestly made me want to do is rewatch 1 and 2 and try to figure out which one is the better one, because 3 is not the best one.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of
Would
bittersweet.
you recommend it?
A 6.5? No.
Okay, got it.
I feel like it's something you put on like a rainy day when there's nothing to do, or you kind of just want to sit and watch movies.
Yeah.
That's when you watch it. I wouldn't rush to see Equalizer 3. Well, I already rushed to see
You did.
Equalizer 3. I saw it on opening day.
Yeah.
You shouldn't do that, is my point. And opening days passed.
I was just about to say it'll never be opening day again.
It'll never be opening
So
day again.
that's that.